on the east side, but I work here and have for over a decade on the west side. I walk dogs, and I love this neighborhood. During the lockdown, it was quiet. Stores were closed, but at the same time, there still was a community feel, even more so because they had the open streets, they had other fun events. What's different now is they still have the open streets, and I feel that that has brought the neighborhood closer together. I come here whenever I can. It's a big part of the neighborhood. They have events for blessing of the bicycles at the 1st of May. There's the blessing of the animals, where you can bring your dog to be blessed. Other animals come along, as well as camels. It's a huge event. It's very popular and fun. Better combination of Columbia students, possibly, and the neighborhood coming together. I don't know exactly what that might be, other than maybe more restaurants.
This cathedral is unusual because even though it is the Cathedral Church of St. John the Divine, and very much a church with worship, it doesn't have a lot of furniture that's fixed. It has spaces that can be transformed into many different ways of inviting people in and doing events. And it's meant not just for the diocese. I mean, there are maybe 63,000 Episcopalians in this diocese. If that was built only for a denominational, devotional purpose, then people built it too big. They had something else in addition to those functions in mind. They wanted this to be truly the Cathedral of New York and a cathedral for everyone.
I am the manager of the Columbia Farmers Market on Sundays. We're here every Thursday and Sunday, but I am only here on Sundays. And the Farmers Market is with Grow NYC, which is it's a nonprofit in New York. It's a 501c3, and we focus a lot on food access, farmer assistance, and sustainability. Grow NYC farmers markets are producer-only markets, so it's like the actual people who are like producing the food are the ones who are there. So it's good just because I feel like, especially in like urban food systems, a lot of people don't know where their food is coming from and don't know the people who are producing their foods, and now you get to see them like face to face and get to talk to people who are very knowledgeable. It's good just because like we give farmers who won't otherwise have like a place to sell their stuff in some very like populated areas of people who are very interested in buying fresh food. And I think another great thing about these farmers markets is we do take food stamps. So if you are on like food assistance, you can come and swipe your food stamps with us, and then we give you these tokens that you will use to spend at the market like money. They can apply like on our website. There are a few kind of like criteria that they need to follow, which is one, just being within this like 200-mile radius of New York. So everything's like super local, and just ensuring that everything that they are selling in the market is something that they produce themselves. But I think a big thing is a lot of our sustainability things have dropped off because of COVID. We used to do composting here and we don't do that anymore, and a lot of people have been asking for it, and I think it'd be great to have back just since we have so many people who are like ready to compost. We used to have textile recycling here for textiles that you like, you know, it might be like just like ripped clothing or things that you couldn't really donate to a thrift store, but you know, would otherwise end up in a landfill, so it would be super great to get textile recycling back. So it definitely, like, I was able to catch kind of the last end of our COVID, like, protocols, which involved a lot of, like, I don't know if you see the orange tape on the ground, it involved a lot of, like, keeping people behind the tape and in, like, specific socially distanced lines, and farmers didn't have people touching the produce and stuff like that, and masks were required, and there was, like, very specific cleaning and sanitizing that was happening.